Hey guys, Abraxas here, and I'm going to be doing this recording a little bit more differently here. As you may tell, this is the gas giant in my last video, the 4K video at the ending of it, or probably cut in between. But yeah, I just had a bunch of stuff orbiting around it, and I was using that for a scene. Yeah, those 4K videos I was recording are actually very difficult to do because SpaceEngine, if you actually procedurally generate worlds by going like into them and rendering like the actual terrain on them, will actually very quickly use up a lot of VRAM at 4K. So me using a GTX 970 being limited to 4 gigs of VRAM, or 3.5 as people say, literally caused my computer just to randomly restart while playing SpaceEngine. But yeah. So the things I'm doing a little bit differently is I found a quality setting in OBS, and I realized I was turning up my bitrate for the streaming, not actually recording. So hopefully this will make a significant difference in the quality here, and you don't see as much. I'm not gonna know until I actually review the footage, but if I transition from things like this bright scene to dark, you're not gonna see as much blockiness around the edges and stuff. But another thing I'm doing is I actually turned down the gain on my microphone, so I'm probably going to be perceived as slightly quieter, but hopefully that gets rid of the static and background noises. I live in a relatively loud household, so yeah, things like background noise is always a pain in the ass. A lot of my videos, you may notice I do very tired, so yeah, it's because I'm typically recording in the middle of the night because my house, like I said, is very loud. But today I'm going to actually be stepping away from the Milky Way, and what is this? What is this? This is a nebula? It's like pitch black. That is weird. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in this game. That's crazy. Normally they're all lit up with like red and blue and all that kind of stuff, but it's very odd. Is there actually a star in here that I can... Is this what it looks like when they're like initially exploding? Because this is a really small nebula. That's crazy looking. So if I was like, let's say this star, hopefully it's not binary. Nah, it's a triple system. Okay, let's just go to it anyways. We got a triple system, we got a triple system of stars here. Do they have planets around them? Okay, this one does. If we were to go onto a planet that's around this thing and actually look this direction in the sky, it's almost pitch black. You can kind of see a few very bright stars through it. No, that's crazy looking. I've never seen a nebula like this in this game. Okay, enough getting sidetracked. As I was saying, today I'm going to actually be going over to our largest neighbor galaxy, Andromeda, if I can find it. I don't see it yet. Normally it's very visible. Let me make sure everything is set properly. Oh, there it is. Andromeda. This galaxy is actually bigger than the Milky Way. I've probably mentioned that before. And in the future, about 10 billion years from now, it's actually set to collide with our galaxy, the Milky Way over here. But let's see what planets we can find in Andromeda. I don't expect them to be any different. It's not like I've actually visited all the stars in the Milky Way galaxy, but what the hell? Why not just explore it? So let's start with a star that's actually within the galaxy. Let's go to one that's very dim. Okay, so this is one thing I actually noticed in SpaceEngine. I don't know if this actually applies to real life, but a lot of the stars you click on, of course I'm not finding them now. Yeah, a lot of the stars you click on are binary systems. So it's two stars orbiting around each other. Looks like we got a supergiant set to explode and a blue main sequence star. So I always love the way these things look. They're just like so horrifying kind of looking. And if I hit play on that, let's see. Yeah, they emit a lot of energy. And then you got the much brighter blue luminous star, which is also quite a bit smaller. I don't think there's any planets orbiting around this. No, not that I can see. But yeah, the binary systems, the more frequent things seemingly, don't actually, they rarely spawn planets and stuff. So I don't know if that's just a bug or something with SpaceEngine or what's going on there. But let's see. What do we got over here? We got a white main sequence star. Doesn't seem too bright. Oh wow. Okay, I need to pause the game. Got things orbiting like crazy. There's a lot around this star. It looks like it's mostly gas giants, but we got something that is 73 degrees Celsius over here. And it is a warm desert. A lot of these stars will actually spawn like things of this color scheme too. I've noticed that as well. So if I zoom in, yeah, this is a really rocky planet, but it has no atmosphere. It does have rings though, actually. They're very faint rings, but it does have them. Let's see what that looks like if we get the light casted on it. Yeah, I didn't even notice that at first. Those are some very faint rings around this planet. You can see the Milky Way in the background over there. Oh, no, wait, that's Triangulum, not the Milky Way. So I guess that's another probably around Milky Way sized galaxy over there in the background. Where's the Milky Way? What is this? This is M110. So it doesn't really have like an actual name, I guess. Let's go ahead and zoom out and go to one of these dimmer stars. I got a really dim one right here. It's an orange dwarf. Like the smaller stars always spawn like the more interesting looking planets. Like we got a hot Oceania with life right here. I I actually have things set to render in very slowly because, like I said, those 4K videos were a pain to actually record. Which the Oceanias don't really have too much to explore, but it has some really nice little like pink and yellow ring system going on here. And where is the star? I'm over in the light of the planet, so the star has to be this direction. Yep, there it is. So, is this actually illuminated from both sides? No, it's not. It's just got like a little bit of illumination going on there. There's the shadow of it, which I always love to actually go on the dark side of these planets and just look up at the rings. Because, I don't know, I think if Earth actually had rings, it'd be a really cool like nighttime effect we would have. And these things would be incredibly bright at night, so you would get something kind of like it'd be like a full moon pretty much every night for like a certain portion of the night, and it would differ very much. I just think that would be a really cool concept. There is actually a video on this from Vsauce. I don't know. I definitely recommend going and checking it out. It is a really awesome video where like it's basically just a graphical illustration like concept of if the Earth had rings pretty much, and it's really cool looking. But another thing is a lot of the small dust particles from the rings would actually collide with our atmosphere pretty frequently, so shooting stars would be much more common than we actually normally get on Earth. So let's see what we got going on over here. Looks like more gas giants. The variety of planets, I think, should probably be improved in this game. You find a lot of the same things, and once you find like a color scheme, like these purple gas giants are very common. I think they're still like awesome looking, and I love the blue effect. But if I hit play, I always love that. If I slow it down, you got like your main moons orbiting around it, but then you have like the ones that are on like a different axis and plane and all that, just going sporadically all around the planet. So I don't know. It looks like some fluid simulation or something. It's just really cool to watch these kind of things at fast forward. And then if you observe it from like the planet, for example, you can see that all the other small asteroids and other things are just orbiting around its parent star and stuff. It's just really cool to watch these kind of things at fast forward, especially when they have a lot of stuff around it like this. So Let me just pause this and just go to one of these random objects, which, yeah, a lot of these are just asteroids. In fact, a lot of these asteroids will probably eventually condense and turn into planets, but this game doesn't really have that kind of simulation. It just kind of generates things, it puts an orbit around them and all that. Let's see. Let's go to another. I'm trying to look for more of like a, that's not what I wanted to do. Looking for more of a terrestrial world. Not really so much like gas giants and, oops, went to a triple system. Yeah, I'm looking for more like terrestrial worlds than things like Selena's, deserts, Oceanias. I love the Titan worlds though, because they actually have like ice and like rocks and stuff on them. But they also still have oceans. They make really awesome, yeah, auroras and stuff, and a lot of them actually have rings, but they're like frozen. They have an aurora. It's kind of like the North Pole, but if I could find the right angle here, yeah, there it is. So if I look down, you can kind of partially see the ring there. No, that's just the atmosphere. Yeah, this one doesn't have the ring at the right angle. Let's see if we can see it from the South Pole. Assuming this is south. Got a really red atmosphere on this planet, so it makes the Andromeda galaxy, I can't say Milky Way galaxy in the background, actually really red. And a lot of my shots that I recorded for the video were just basically the planet transitioning from day to night, which if I slow down time here, actually this one's in this one's orbiting or rotating in a plane that doesn't allow this area to actually become daytime. I don't think it's tidally locked, but it's probably on the portion of being there. So let me actually go to the equator of the planet, and yeah, you get like some awesome sunrises and stuff, which you can see like the ring change as like the sun or star or whatever goes behind it. Which doesn't appear. I'm actually in the shadow of the ring. And there you can see one of its moons, and then here's the sun setting. So yeah, that's basically how I got a lot of my shots for the 4K videos. But yeah, typically they run planets that have rougher terrain than this. This one just seems primarily flat from what I could tell. Actually, it's generating a few hills right here, so let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. We got some like ice mountains going on. Some fairly tall ones too. So if I hit play or fast forward, yeah, you can see the sunset behind it, and then you got like the stars that fade in. You can see the outline of the galaxy and all the gas clouds and stuff. You can see one of the moons. There's a ring, and yeah, just kind of miss the sunrise. I don't know what's going on, but the star is actually not really rendering there. It's only showing up like in the atmosphere, like diffused. So yeah, that's basically how I made those 4K videos, except I'd shoot them in 4K and I'd try to get a high bit rate. But I'm a little bit disappointed in that because I couldn't actually get a good bit rate on it. So a lot of the dark areas in the video were actually kind of messed up. Let's go ahead and go to this orange dwarf over here. And let's just get rid of the planet thing and just see what we got going on. So we got a hot ice giant, desert, a hot Selena, hot asteroid. Let's back out a little bit. That's probably a gas giant. Yes. And we got something on the distance here. A hot desert. Which, I don't know what this is, but a lot of the hot, like, desert planets and stuff will have this huge, I don't know, storm or something facing towards the parent star. I assume this thing is tidally locked with its star. But the storm is always interesting. I don't know what it would actually be made of and stuff. This carbon dioxide, water, and sulfur is the composition there. So yeah, let's see what's actually orbiting around this star. Yeah, we just got a couple gas giants and another desert world. Finding terrestrial worlds with like life and all that are actually is pretty rare in this game. Like I don't actually run into them very commonly. I don't know if other people who play the game do, but me personally, I don't seem to run into them a lot. There's a frozen ice world. Ah, that brings me to another point. I don't know what the hell these are. uh, this the like is this snow? What is this? These supposed to be like craters or something? I don't know what these are. They look like lens flare or like some type of snowflake or something like that. Let me zoom in. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I think it's going for snow, but why does it do that? Why does it look like stars or something on there? This is a disco ball planet, I guess. And we got two moons actually orbiting relatively close to each other, which it has the same effects going on. And then we got this one here. Wonder, where's the sun or star at? It would be up here. Can we get these to actually eclipse over this planet? Let's see. Star. I lost a star. Star. There it is. Okay, it just wasn't popping in. Okay, so it's right below that. Okay, there's a star. Let's go ahead and hit play. Speed this up a bit. Okay, no. So it doesn't look like the moon's actually orbiting an axis that it's gonna eclipse all the time, but I'm sure I think it's actually going higher per rotation. I can't really tell. Nah, it looks like it's on the same plane. But I'm sure at some point you're probably gonna get a few of these moons actually lost the planet. I'm sure you're probably gonna get a few of those moons to actually eclipse with the planet itself. There was one recording where I actually found a planet that was being eclipsed by a moon. I was trying to get that like filmed or like recorded to where I could get it to actually like eclipse the planet while I'm looking at the star. That way it would like turn nighttime or something. But I couldn't quite get that to actually work. I'm wondering if I can find a nebula or something. One thing I'm noticing about Andromeda is the Milky Way is very white like that. Andromeda has a really, really blue like glow when you're flying through it. That's just because of the texture when you zoom out and how blue it is. But it's a really cool effect. It looks like it's almost shining though when you like zoom in. You see that? And I got like a red spot here, but I'm not actually seeing any nebulas in this galaxy. Let me fly a little bit slower and see if I can get one to just pop in. Okay, we got another one of the Stark ones. Actually, we have a bunch. Oh wait, that's actually a colorful nebula there. That actually looks better than a lot of the nebulas you see in the Milky Way galaxy. This one's actually generated really well. Is there any stars within this nebula? Okay, we got one right here. I always like to go to the stars that are in the nebulas because when you actually drop down on one of the planets, not on its very white side, but you go to the nighttime sky, you can just see like a really cool cloudy effect. It'd be very interesting if like Earth was in a nebula because we, well, for one, we wouldn't really be able to see past the clouds. But on top of that, it'd be interesting because you would see this every night. Like, Would we be like fooled to think this is part of the galaxy, or would we know that we're in a nebula from our like observational point? There, it's like really purple looking and stuff. And yeah, I really like going into the nebulas and seeing if they have like a star inside of them. They can just go to a planet or something. Which, here's another star. Let's go ahead and visit that. Actually, it's a binary system. Which we got a frozen ice world. Which I think, yep, has the same little star snow effect. This one looks like it'd be very rocky because you can tell by the orange effects. But a lot of it is snow. The composition of this planet is... Let's see if I can get that back up. It does not actually want to tell me for this one. Assume that's probably only like atmospheric composition and stuff like that, and not actually the planet composition. But let's go ahead and zoom out of this nebula. Where was that dark one that I saw a moment ago? I think that's it. Yeah, we got another one of these really dark nebulas. I couldn't see it because it was so dark. We got a bright one right next to it, so let's slow down and zoom into this. And this time it looks like we actually have some stars right next to it. One is basically inside the nebula. Let's go over to it. It's a binary system. And we got another frozen ice world and another frozen ice world. I imagine they're going to look very similar to the other ones, but I thought I saw another star just a moment ago. Yeah, there it is. I think this one's still... No, this one's outside. Sorry about that jump cut. Yeah, basically a perfect example of my house being very loud. So while the Attic fan was on and stuff, I was looking around and I found this nebula. This is the one that was right next to the dark one. I couldn't really find anything else in there, but where was I just looking? Where was I? Don't tell me I lost it. Oh, I think that's it. Okay, binary system. Yeah, one thing I actually found, which I actually have not seen in this game before, was this little guy right here, this little red thing. It is a brown dwarf, so this is a star that's not actually a star yet. It's essentially a very large gas giant, which is basically just starting to get hot enough to trigger fusion, but does not quite have the mass to actually support it. But this is really cool because brown dwarfs are actually very dim in this game, and they're very rare to actually find. So to see it in a binary system is actually really cool. And I think I just zoomed past it. I'm on its surface. So to actually see this is actually a really cool find, but one thing I'm noticing is it's like kind of everywhere on the planet, or it's like on a very, very big axis. So I wonder if that's just basically energy that itself is emitting, like the radiation from itself rather than radiation from that star over there. It's not really at the angle where it would be from that star either, so it was just a really cool find, and I have not actually seen a brown dwarf in this game. And orbiting around it, we have another ice world, which has a tiny ring, very, very condensed ring around it, but it has that snow effect going on too. I zoom into this ring here, like all the noise and grid it has, and yeah, it's got the like I still haven't looked into this, but I don't know what these cracks are on like the world. I'm not gonna go dig too far into this, but I just have no clue what these are. They're still confusing to me. I don't know if that's just stress from or things orbiting around it and whatnot. But yeah. But yeah, that was just a really cool find I found in this actually really awesome looking little nebula too. Red and white. I'm wondering if I can find another small star in here, or if that was basically it. Yeah, that's all I'm really seeing for this nebula. But not too far away, there was another one. There it is. We got this blue and pink one right here. So let me slow down, and I got a couple stars really close to it. Nothing really inside of it, but they're kind of on the outskirts. We got, oh yeah, we got a bunch of little dim stars around here. So let's see if I can go over to this red dwarf right here. Which a red dwarf is basically the stage after a brown dwarf. It is a star that actually did start fusion. And let's say we got orbiting around it. So we have a lot of gas giants actually orbiting around this. That's kind of crazy for such a small star. Which, from the looks of it, we have a temperate desert, which is kind of cold. Cold gas giant. Ice world. And a Titan. Let's go over to the Titan. Just because these always seem to look cool. This one actually is probably still in the process of freezing over. Because as you can see, the north and south poles are actually very, very cold. They're frozen over. And does this have an atmospheric composition? Nitrogen. Zoom in and see what this looks like from the atmosphere. It almost looks like Mars. We got a moon orbiting right there, and I can't actually... Okay, so the star is probably that direction. We got a frozen mountain range over here. This looks really cool. It's probably, like, when it turns nighttime, it's probably just gonna fade to black like it does on Mars, and then, like, the stars show up. Actually, let's go ahead and fast forward and see what this looks like when the sun is, or star is setting. Oh, that is awesome. Just because of nebula in the background. Let's slow this down. You can see something orbiting around it, just shooting across the sky, like occasionally. That, or that's just the cloud textures. Might just be the cloud textures. Huge nebula, and if you look in the other direction, you can see the moon and like galaxy just surrounding this area. Because I'm actually towards the center of the galaxy, and you can see a dark nebula over there. This view every night, that would be insane. And the sun rose, and the atmosphere is probably just gonna pretty much take over now. I don't know where the star is. I'm at a high altitude. If I get lower, actually, you can see a few of the bright objects. Is that? That might be the stars. Yeah, it's a star over there. And one of the gas giants, which, like I said, these purple ones are very common. I see them all the time. Let's finish this off by zooming out here and flying to the center here. Which, let's see. These star clusters. And we got this one here. Go ahead and zoom into this one. Slow down a little bit. Which, as you can tell, when you're actually in the center of the galaxy, there is a lot of stars. Let's see if it loads in. Is it gonna load? Doesn't appear to want to load in. Let me close that. Oh, wait, is that it? No, it's a super giant. Maybe up here? What's this? Alright, let me zoom out. Click on this cluster here. Yep, this is the right one. Alright. That is the star cluster. That is the center of this galaxy, Andromeda. So if I slow down more, keep slowing down, and zoom in to this center point. No, I appear to be misaligned somewhere. Let me click on that again. Let's land on object. And zoom in. Slow down. Okay, it doesn't appear to want to load in. I'm not sure what's up with that. But it should be zooming directly into the black hole that's in the center of Andromeda. But I can't seem to get that to work. It doesn't appear to be loading in either. So, because normally you'd see it just pop in and there would be stars, like a bunch of blue and orange stars like orbiting around the black hole. It doesn't appear to want to do that. Well, that's unfortunate because I was actually thinking about ending off the video by visiting the black hole in the center of Andromeda, but I guess not. What do I find inside this cluster? Let's just zoom in. Okay, yeah, I see the black hole. Is this object right here. Let's slow down. Slow down more. Keep passing it. And here we go. That's what it was supposed to be doing in the center of Andromeda, but it wasn't. So, I guess I'll just leave the video off with this little tiny, much smaller and less significant black hole. But you can see as I zoom in, there's a distortion effect, and you might have just saw that there, but that was a black hole. There it is. Yep. It's actually kind of cool seeing these star clusters because they remind me of they make me think these are kind of like little mini sub galaxies in the center of galaxies, pretty much. But yeah, I'm just gonna end the video off there. So if you guys like the video, leave it a like, and if you want to see more videos such as like this one, I plan to definitely make a lot more space engine videos. So it'd be awesome if you guys could subscribe. Anyways, see you guys.